Never did eat your lunch, did you?
I better get back to the office. These extended lunch hours give my boss excess acid.
Why don't you call your boss and tell him you're taking the rest of the afternoon off? Friday anyway, and hot.
What do I do with my free afternoon? Walk you to the airport?
Well, you could laze around here a while longer.
Checking out time is 3 p.m. Hotels of this sort aren't interested in you when you come in, but when your time is up... Oh, Sam, I hate having to be with you in a place like this.
Well, I've heard of married couples who deliberately spend an occasional night in a cheap hotel.
When you're married, you can do a lot of things deliberately.
You sure talk like a girl who's been married.
Sam, this is the last time.
Yeah? For what?
For this. Meeting you in secret so we can be secretive. You come down here on business trips and we steal lunch hours. I wish you wouldn't even come.
All right. What do we do instead? Write each other lurid love letters?
I have to go, Sam.
I can come down next week.
No.
Not even just to see you? Have lunch? In public?
Oh, we can see each other. We can even have dinner. But respectably. In my house, with my mother's picture on the mantel, and my sister helping me broil a big steak for 3.
And after the steak, did we send Sister to the movies, turn Mama's picture to the wall?
Sam.
All right. Marion, whenever it's possible, I want to see you. And under any circumstances, even respectability.
You make respectability sound disrespectful.
Oh, no, I'm all for it. It requires patience, temperance, a lot of sweating out. Otherwise, though, it's just hard work. But if I could see you and touch you even as simply as this, I won't mind. I'm tired of sweating for people who aren't there. I sweat to pay off my father's debts and he's in his grave. I sweat to pay my ex-wife alimony and she's living on the other side of the world somewhere.
I pay, too. They also pay who meet in hotel rooms.
A couple of years and my debts will be paid off. If she ever remarries, the alimony stops.
I haven't even been married once yet.
Yeah, but when you do, you'll swing.
Oh, Sam, let's get married.
Yeah. And live with me in a storeroom behind a hardware store in Fairvale. We'll have lots of laughs. Tell you what, when I send my ex-wife her alimony, you can lick the stamps.
I'll lick the stamps.
Marion, you want to cut this off? Go out and find yourself somebody available?
I'm thinking of it.
How could you even think a thing like that?
Don't miss your plane.
Hey, we can leave together, can't we?
I'm late, and you have to put your shoes on. Isn't Mr. Lowry back from lunch?
He's lunching with the man who's buying the Harris Street property. You know the oil lease man? That's why he's late. You got a headache?
Oh, it'll pass. Headaches are like resolutions. You forget them as soon as they stop hurting.
Have you got some aspirin? I've got something. Not aspirin. My mother's doctor gave them to me the day of my wedding. Teddy was furious when he found out I'd taken tranquilizers.
Any calls?
Teddy called me. My mother called to see if Teddy called. Oh, your sister called to say she's going to Tucson to do some buying and she'll be gone the whole weekend. And...
Wow. It's as hot as fresh milk. Hey, you girls ought to get your boss to air condition you up. He can afford it today.
Marion, will you get the copies of that deed ready for Mr. Cassidy?
Tomorrow's the day, my sweet little girl. Oh, not you. My daughter. A baby. And tomorrow she stands her sweet self up there and gets married away from me. I want you to take a look at my baby. 18 years old. And she never had an unhappy day in any one of those years.
Come on, Tom. My office is air-conditioned.
Do you know what I do about unhappiness? I buy it off. Are you unhappy?
Not inordinately.
I'm buying this house for my baby's wedding present. $40,000 cash. Now, that's not buying happiness. That's just buying off unhappiness. I never carry more than I can afford to lose. Count 'em.
I declare.
I don't. That's how I get to keep it.
Tom, a cash transaction of this size is most irregular.
Ah, so what? It's my private money. Now it's yours.
Suppose we put it in the safe, and then Monday morning, when you're feeling good...
Oh, speaking of feeling good, where's that bottle you said was in your desk? Oh. You know, sometimes I can keep my mouth shut. Lowry, I am dying of thirsteroni.
I don't even want it in the office over the weekend. Put it in the safe deposit box in the bank, and we'll get him to give us a check on Monday instead.
He was flirting with you. I guess he must have noticed my wedding ring.
Come in.
The copies. Mr. Lowry, if you don't mind, I'd like to go right on home after the bank. I have a slight headache.
You go right on home, because me and your boss are going out and get ourselves a little drinking done, right?
Of course. Do you feel ill?
Just a headache.
Well, what you need is a weekend in Las Vegas, the playground of the world.
I'm going to spend this weekend in bed. Thank you.
Aren't you going to take the pills? They'll knock that headache out.
Can't buy off unhappiness with pills. I guess I'll go put this money in the bank, then go home and sleep it off.
Marion, what in the world? What are you doing up here? Of course, I'm glad to see you. I always am.